Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm. Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
There's so much going on in your community that even in this age of information, it's tough to keep up. This show will help. It's all about what's new, what's happening, and what's out there. So if you're ready, sit back and listen up, Santa Paula.
That's right. It's time to listen up, Santa Paula.
Yes, we're back again.
We are. And let's see. I have an overlay and I have a background and now.
Okay.
Do I sound like I'm even coming out of this thing?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little light.
Yeah.
Now I did push the right button.
Nice.
And for some reason it didn't start right away, but
all right.
We got your good side, John.
Okay. That's always my right side's my good side.
So we got a
although
nice
the backdrop we need to kind of
I know I need to
that,
clean that up or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like my side of the studio's bad here.
Yeah, you're all messy and I'm nice and neat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know who's here before me or after me, but man, they do a number on this place. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody doing, I think it's anime or something like that.
Is
that
the SHOT Show or whatever you guys do?
Yeah, that's a little bit more to your right or your left.
My left, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it all kind of carries over.
It does.
It probably gets a little chaotic here.
It does a little bit. You need to come in for that show one time.
That would be cool to come in for that one.
Yeah, you should come in one time.
When is that?
Fridays at 3:00.
Oh, I can do that. That's easy. Yeah.
It's the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
I'm off work at 2:59. So
okay.
Yeah.
Come in a little bit late.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. I'll have to schedule that with Julie does it, right?
Yeah, Julie and Scott and
okay.
They're in studio and then they remote one person in from Costa Rica.
Really?
And then they remote another person from his bar in his garage.
Nice.
So
okay.
But yeah, I'm sure they would love an extra drinking partner.
Sure. How many shows do you produce here?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shows
out of this studio.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you do your Magic Talk.
We have Magic Talk. We have Friday Shot Day show. We have an anime show. We have a Backseat Mogul show. We have a Wildcat Jackson show. We have a Happy, Healthy, Glad to Be Here show.
Yes.
We have a marketing show.
Yeah.
There's 2 others that Scott does that I'm missing.
So you let Wildcat do his own show?
Yeah.
Wow, that's probably why this is all crazy.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What does he talk about?
He comes in. A lot of things that require the markings to be explicit.
Okay. All right. I figured that one. I figure it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been on Julie's show or Happy Healthy.
Glad to be here.
So that's a good show.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have to venture out and do the SHOT Show at least next.
You need to at least do that once.
I don't think I can do Wildcats yet.
No.
That's a little much.
Yeah, he's over the top.
Yeah, you lock him in a studio. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we keep the door closed and
good.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing.
We chain him to the desk.
There you go.
So we are off to a bang in 2024.
Yes.
And the gates have been opened and the horses are running.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
So we've had some exciting day yesterday.
We did. We did our first video newsletter filming.
Yes, we kicked that off. It's been in hiatus for about a little over a year. I'm still fighting a cough.
I know, me too. That's all right.
But we wanted to reintroduce it, and we're bringing it back in a different format. Of course, when the show starts, I
know. Why is it that?
I don't know. But are you adjusting my camera?
Okay, turn you a little bit.
There you go.
So you're centered.
Okay. But our videos before were excuse me, 12 to 15 minutes, a little long for people to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're changing it. We're doing it in segments, maybe 2 to 3 minute segments, quick hits, just a different thing, subjects throughout the month we're going to show. Whether we do it on every week, we'll show a video. But it'll be like a chamber update, a city update, maybe a business update, and whatever else is going on in the community. So we have you filming it, which is great. So
Happy about that.
yes, excuse me. I gotta throw a cough drop on in here. But we've been wanting to do this. We've been trying to plan this over the last 6 months, and we finally just said, let's just do it. And so we're glad that you came out and helped us with that. The location was a little tough because it was cold, but at the gazebo. But overall, I think we were happy with the results of it, and people will see that in the next couple of weeks. We're going to introduce it. And then every month, excuse me. Wow. It's just, you make me cough.
I choke you.
Yeah.
I choke you up.
Yeah. But anyway, so every week we're hoping to reintroduce a video that shows something that's going on in the community. So it's a work in progress. Our management fellow, Vanessa Luna, is helping us with that. You and Julie are helping us with that. A lot of my board members will be involved in it. We're going to reach out to businesses. The city's going to reach out to their different departments to give updates. We have Harvard update we'll probably do at some point. Parks and Rec will do an update. So different things within the city that people are concerned about. And we did ask that people submit different ideas of what they want to see. We could do some highlights of grand openings or of new, or whatever general meeting we're having right now. We have an election coming up, so there'll probably be some stuff on the election we're going to do. So different things, and we'll bring in a school component to it. So there's a lot of things we can do. We did that the last time. We put it all in one big package, and it got to a point where people just lost interest after a handful of minutes because it was too long.
Yeah.
And the attention span of most people now.
Goldfish.
Exactly. So, but we want to give the community an opportunity to voice their opinion, let us know what they're interested in doing, and us to present, and then we'll work on it. I was telling Jonathan Royas, who used to be our former co-host here, for one show.
He's now former,
yeah.
Okay.
Who is actually the co-host with me on the video newsletter. We love to have the feedback from everybody and different ideas. As long as they don't say they need new hosts, we're good. That's gonna be the first thing we get. We're gonna say we need new hosts. It's like, yeah, well,
we can block those.
Yeah, we need those.
We'll moderate those comments.
Exactly. But I'm more than happy to do it. It's a great way for the chamber to let people know what's happening in the community and just in the city to do that. So it's pretty much an open book this time. We're letting the community give us feedback, and just we'll address it. Because there's a lot of concerns in our community, especially with the election coming up, and it's our first time we're going to do a district election. So people are going to need to understand that not everybody here in the community is going to get an opportunity to vote.
How many seats are open?
2 seats are open. And so, we're only looking at, if there's 5 districts, we're looking at what, 40% of the community is going to be able to vote for a council member.
Oh, because they can only vote if they're in their district.
In their district, yeah. So like with me, I can't vote because it's not my district. And so I have no say as far as who's going to be on the council when it comes to those districts.
And which districts are up for grabs?
I don't know offhand which district numbers.
Okay.
I'm still learning all that. But we have 2 seats up. I think it's our current mayor, Leslie's district, and our former mayor, Andy Sobel's district.
Oh, okay.
So it alternates every 2 years. It's either 3 seats or 2 seats, and this year it's 2 seats.
And will Leslie and Andy both be running?
Don't know yet.
So they haven't made that announcement.
No, they don't have to make the announcement for at least a couple more months.
Oh, okay.
I think it's actually in June that they have to actually, June or July, that they have to submit their stuff in. So they got some time.
Okay. I wish our presidents waited a lot longer to submit that they're going to be rerunning.
It's like a 2-year process with our.
Yeah, it's this 3-ring circus.
It's going to get worse.
Hoopla that goes around that.
Yeah.
And,
but we can't control that. We can only control what we can control. So we're doing that within our own city. But there's a couple things coming up. There's possibly going to be a couple school bond measures that are coming up amongst other county things. We have our supervisor seat that's up. Kelly Long's our current supervisor, and so we have 2 other people that are looking to jump, put their hats in the race now.
So how does the supervisor's position work in the county? So each supervisor represents an area,
a district. Yeah.
Okay.
Very similar to what we do here.
How many districts are there?
There's 5 districts in the county.
Okay.
And they kind of, it's not just a cookie cutter thing where it's like, okay, you get this city, it's based on population. So it has to so some of them kind of intertwine within like, I know our supervisor for District 3 here with Kelly, she's got all this area, the valley here, and then she's also got part of Camarillo and then part of Oxnard. So it just kind of, if you look at the maps, and it's all population based.
Gotcha.
So I know Matt Levere, our supervisor of Ventura, his seat's up also, and he's got a little jog into Oxnard, and he bumps up against this district. So it's just, but you can go to the county supervisor site, and it would have show the maps and everything too. So it's interesting. We're actually looking at hosting a candidates forum the next month or so, partnering with the League of Women Voters. We usually do that for a city council one, and they've reached out to us about doing one for the supervisors. So I'm talking with them in the next couple of days. We're going to kind of set it up. We'll do it at the community center, and we'll bring in all 3 candidates. So it gives our citizens in the valley an opportunity to see who could possibly represent them and ask questions.
We should see about getting the representatives to come on there.
Yeah, we could do that too. We have to get all 3 equal time though. That's the thing, So, but their seats are up in March, or the seats open in March. So it's coming up quick.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So they don't do it with the normal election.
No, this is kind of where it's the primaries for us, but I think the supervisors rolls up as well too.
Huh?
It's kind of weird. I'm still learning all that aspect of it, how that works. I'm used to November. Everybody gets elected and move on.
Yeah.
It's a little. There's
one and done.
There's a few different things that come up there.
Yeah.
So, but go to the county website, County Ventura website. You can go to the city's Santa Paula city's website. You can get all information on some of that stuff. It's all out there.
So this Saturday we have a grand opening.
Yes, we're excited about that. The Blanchard Library is total remodeled. They gutted it. They redid it. New carpets, new furniture, new paint job.
So they literally gutted the whole inside.
Yes, they redid it. It's beautiful. They're going to have a whole new area for kids, and just they kind of just updated it. I mean, that library's been there since the 60s. Other than maybe a little bit of paint or something, but really has been a full remodel. And so now it's done. So we're going to do a whole grand opening on Saturday. Starts at 10 o'clock and it runs to 2 o'clock. We're going to do a ribbon cutting ceremony at 11 o'clock. So there's going to be a bunch of stuff for kids to do. We're going to have a little bit of refreshments, but we'll have official ribbon cutting at 11 o'clock. We'll have, all of our constituents will be all out there, and the chamber is going to help facilitate some of that. But it was actually redesigned by Marilyn Appleby from Colwick Appleby. Her office is in Santa Paula here, so she actually went out there and helped with the design with Dave Anderson and one of her other co-workers. They went out there, and so they kept it in house as far as.
And where did the funding come from?
I know the library has funding set aside for remodel. They've been doing this for years. When Ned Branch was a director, before he moved on to a different position with the county, he had been planning this for a long time now. So they get their funding through special district,
right? So
they've probably been putting away. Fundraising's been a lot of it too. So, and we'll explain all that during the event. Justin Formanak, the director currently, will actually talk about how that came about for the remodel.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. Mm-hmm. So with the technology and being able to get with the internet and everything and mm-hmm. having everything at your fingertips, why would one still go to a library?
There's a lot of great reasons to go to the library. One, in our community, a lot of people still don't have internet. So there's a whole area there. You can go in there. There's computers there. You can get on the internet. You can do whatever you need to do with that. Students go in there for homework. There's a whole area for students to do homework. They offer classes on literacy for adults. They have, because there's a bunch of meeting rooms back there, so they do stuff like that. There's kids programming. They do a bunch of kids programming. There's still the traditional books, and there's people that still want to check out books. They like the physical books. They do have book sales, as like the Friends of the Library that are there too. They do hold monthly book sales and stuff, so it gives people opportunity to come in and see what they have, and then if there's something that they like, that the Friends of the Library can usually find how to get that for them. So there's a lot of different programs that they do. That's not just here's a library, go look at a book.
Yeah, go check out an encyclopedia so you can research your school project.
Remember the old card system, the Dewey Decimal System, whatever it was, or how they did that? Yeah, that's how I learned when I went to the library. But no, it's a more modern library, and they've got a lot of technology in there now. So it's actually it's a good thing for our community.
Is the library free?
Everything is free. You will pay for if you want to get online. They excuse me, they do have a low cost getting online to do that.
So the internet, so you can use the computers and everything like that, but there's a small fee to get online.
Very small fee or free.
So
it just depends on what they need to do.
Right.
But you can still get your old library card, the whole thing.
Nice.
Yep.
And do they offer a lot of these classes for free, or are there fees associated?
For what I know, everything is free or low cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know, like the literacy program, I think all that's free. And they're sponsored by organizations and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long has the library been there?
The original library opened in 1910.
Wow.
And it was located on the corner of 8th and Main, where currently Vista Real Charter School is. And then it moved across the street when there was and into the former used to be a Safeway building, and they were there probably in the 50s, late 50s that they moved in there, early 60s maybe. I don't know the exact date. Somebody asked me that this morning too.
And so it's the Blanchard Library. And who is Blanchard?
God, I knew you were going to ask me that. Well, the Blanchard name has got a long history in Santa Paula between Limonera. Nate Blanchard was the one, I think, that's helped start the library, but he was part of the start of I could be wrong, the start of Limonera when they first formed that. But there's a long history of the Blanchard name in Santa Paula. Okay. And they've done numerous things over the years.
So it's dedication to that family.
Yes, excuse me. And Betsy Chess, who's a board member, she's a Blanchard, and so she's kind of carrying on the tradition of that. And her daughter also is, so which I've done a few, been part of an organization with our Ventura County Leadership Academy. I was with her daughter, was my cohort. So they're carrying on the tradition of the Blanchard name over the years. And Betsy Chess has got a long history of great book that she has out too. That's got a history of her family in the community.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know a whole lot about how that actually works out, but there's a whole history of it when you go to the library.
So that's so the ribbon cutting is actually at 11 o'clock, but there'll be activities going on throughout the day.
Yeah, from 10 to 2.
10 to 2. Okay.
Yeah, so there'll be different things, kids stuff, and there's they just want people to come in and experience what the library is about.
Right.
If you've never been to a library, I mean, I don't really go to the library. I go when we have our meetings and stuff, but I was actually looking through. I was like, wow, it's been years since I've actually come in and just sit in the library and just enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, I think it's great that they provide a place for like the kids to do their homework and everything, because there's a lot of distractions out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even at their house, they got their video games, and so it's nice to be able to, separate yourself from all of that and have a place to where you can actually focus. And
you're sitting there on a couch and it's quiet and you're actually doing your homework and it's like no distractions or whatever. Right. It's interesting. What you
so
do.
If you do talk in the library, then you will be
You'll get the shh.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's great to have a bank of computers and in our community, there's still a good percentage of people that don't have internet access.
Right.
And they give it low cost or no cost internet access there. And so that does help with people that whether it's our farm workers or somebody else that comes into the community and hasn't had that set up yet, the library is kind of the go-to place. And, even with the election coming up, I know at one point that they were handling like the elections, like you could vote there at some point. I don't know if they're doing that this year, but the library is kind of a known entity in our community, and everybody knows that something we could always do something in the library. Everybody knows. You don't have to give them the address. They know where it is.
Right.
That's one of the few buildings in our community that everybody just knows. Kind of like the train depot. Everybody knows what the train depot is, and stuff. So
right.
Yeah.
Cool. And so we still have the farmers market going on at Intersiders every Friday.
No, it's now on Saturday.
It's now on Saturday, so it has officially moved.
It officially moved last Saturday.
Okay.
It runs from 10 to 2, right there at Intersiders still. Great group of vendors out there. They had a good opening last week. So have a little bit of entertainment. There's bounce house for the kids. So the goal when we started it on Friday was to hopefully move it to Saturday. But there are a lot of other farmers markets that are going on around the community, around the county. So it was just finding the right vendors that could actually move with us. And Ananda, who's our market manager, she did a great job working with these vendors. And her and I talked like after 6 months, let's evaluate it and see what we need to do. We're at the 6-month mark, and she's made that transition over, which has been great. And it's going to be so much better for our community.
So last Saturday ended up being more successful than the Fridays.
Better attendance.
Better. That's good.
And, it's hard on a Friday night, to do that. One, there's a lot happening, families go out, they do their thing. But right now, this time of year, it's cold. It's really hard.
You take cruise night out of the equation, and now all of a sudden there's not quite the amount of people that are in the downtown area.
Yeah. So it's we struggle with that when we had the original farmers market by the train depot, and we actually shut down the market for a couple months because it was just not going to happen. It was too cold. It was just the weather was not great and didn't cooperate with us. This gives a different opportunity to do some. So we actually got some cool vendors that she brought in that are pretty loyal to helping grow our market.
Nice.
So I'm kind of hands off. I kind of let her do her thing, and the chamber sponsors her, but it's actually her business that's actually running it for us.
So with the grand opening coming up this Saturday, perfect opportunity to go down and check out the market as well, because you'll be in that general area. It's
right next door.
Yeah.
So people can come out, check out, see what all the great things are going on in there, and then go pick up your produce. There'll be some food there, and if not, then go downtown and do some shopping and go hit a restaurant there and grab some lunch. And the whole thing about having it on Saturday, that kind of ties into having, as people come into the community, go get your stuff at the market, and then go shop, some great stores, grab a little bit of lunch. You can spend your whole day out there. You spend several hours out there.
Yeah, because Friday nights too, a lot of the stores are closed.
Yeah, because our market was running from 4 to 8. Well, a lot of our stores closed at 6, other than the restaurants.
Right.
So it really made it tough. People got off work, and by the time they get to the market, 6, 7 o'clock, everything else around it is closed.
Right.
So this is a great way to actually bring people in. They can bring kids, be a little more family oriented and stuff. And we're going to do some cool things throughout the year, some special events there throughout the year, and hopefully it'll bring more people.
Nice.
And the goal is to help build downtown as a destination place. We got great stores. We got great restaurants, and now adding the element of farmers market. When our oil museum opens up, we have the art museum, the ag museum, the rail bikes are at the train depot now. So that within a 3 or 4 block radius, there's a lot of things happening. You throw the theater center in there, catch a play. There's a lot happening in the downtown.
Right.
Every week there's something happening. Or you want to go play a board game, go to Gather and Play, the new place that's downtown. Our toy store actually
went and looked at that yesterday.
Yeah. For
really cool.
Yeah. For less than $10, you can go sit there all day, play board games, grab something to drink, grab a snack or whatever. And eventually they're going to grow that into having a sandwich shop or some kind of stuff like that, coffee, whatever. And you can pretty much spend all day and play old school board games.
Yeah, it's funny because so if you leave before 5, it's $5 per person. And I believe they open up at 3. So from 3 to 5, you can play $5 per person, any board game you want.
Mhm.
If you stay till 8, it's $8 per person. If you stay till 10, it's $10. I mean, where can you get entertainment for
$1 an hour?
5 hours?
Basically,
for
it's about
$10.
$1 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can sit there. You can even bring your own stuff in too. Like bring your own drink. You can bring, I mean, non-alcoholic,
Yeah.
but you bring your own drink. You can bring a snack. You can just go buy something at a restaurant and then go sit down there.
So we have one listener who said we need to add some magic to the farmers market.
We could do that. Yeah.
I was thinking Jared with some balloon animals.
Balloon animals. You can go do your card tricks or whatever you do, your table magic kind of thing. Whatever.
Dance monkey dance.
Yeah. There you go. We're open to anything, I mean, anything that's entertaining.
Yeah.
So balloon animals are always a good idea.
Yeah, especially now that it's on a Saturday in the afternoons, you'll
Yeah.
get more families, more kids.
Yeah, and then being that it's at Anna's Cider, parents can go sit down right there, grab a drink, grab some wine, grab some cider. They've got the great outdoor setting. They'll turn on their fire pit. So, there's a lot of things you can. They let people grab their food and eat there. So,
all right. So explain Anna Cider to me. So Anna Cider is an outdoor venue.
It's an indoor venue with an outdoor patio setting.
Okay, so you go indoors, you get your drinks and whatever. And what is it? Is it a restaurant? Is it just cider? Is it just
They have cider, wine, and beer.
okay?
It's just a tasting room in a sense.
Okay.
They encourage you to get food at the downtown restaurants or any other restaurant. They bring in sometimes a food truck on weekends or special events that they do. Almost every weekend you can find a food truck there. And they do a variety of different food trucks that come in. They have entertainment. They'll have somebody playing, guitar. They'll have a band. They'll bring in, depending on what, it's always different, but they always bring in some really cool stuff. Thursdays, they do trivia night. So they do private events there. They've had weddings and other things there too. But it's a cool little setting. They don't have a restaurant.
So it's an outdoor patio basically. So when you're relaxing and enjoying whatever it is that you got, you're outdoors.
Yeah, but they do have indoor seating as well.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, if you go in there, they have some couches, they have some chairs and stuff, and some tables and stuff. So they can probably get 30 people inside, and then there's probably another outdoor setting where there's probably another 50 to 100 people they can accommodate.
Okay.
And depending on the weather, during the summertime or spring, I mean, they're packed.
Right.
A little tougher in the winter right now in the evening, but that's why they have their indoor stuff too. But they have a great fire pit and so on. So they've done a great job setting that place up. We got a caller.
I forgot to mute that.
Okay. But yeah, but they do encourage, and they partnered with some of the local restaurants too at some point too, to encourage them to buy food and walk over and just grab a drink. So yeah,
cool.
And they're huge supporters of building downtown and supporting other facilities there.
All right, so Friday we have Richard Hurley. We are going to be having Richard Lake, aka Raven. He will be performing, I think, in February or March. I got to look at the dates. Okay. But this Friday we have Richard Hurley coming all the way from the San Diego area.
Wow.
And he will be performing as our close-up guest magician.
Nice.
So that's at 7:00, and we have nachos.
Really?
We now serve nachos.
Nachos, got jalapenos, got the works, everything.
Yep.
Right on. What about for you? What do you eat?
I have a plain nacho cheese setting for myself.
Just with chips and cheese, and that's
chips
it?
and cheese.
Wow, you gotta hit the jalapenos and stuff too.
Not me. So that'll be going on tonight, Friday.
Okay.
And what are you doing Friday?
Friday, I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
We got nachos.
Okay, that's tempting. It's very tempting.
Yeah.
So, nachos are always a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll see. I'll talk to my wife about it.
Right.
So, although we're taking down Christmas decorations, we've been gone. So she's like, I need all the stuff down. So we got to start taking. So Christmas is finally coming down from our house this weekend.
Well, Christmas is still up at our house because Julie thoroughly enjoys the tree because we have a lot of memories and things like that in the tree.
Yeah.
So it'll come down soon, but we're right now she just enjoys looking at the tree.
I think this is the longest we've ever had our holiday stuff. We did it before Thanksgiving, and now we're taking it down like 2-3 weeks after Christmas. We've never had it up that long.
Isn't it crazy? It's like 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas. Oh my gosh.
We've had it where we've only had it up for 2 weeks because we were so busy and we just did it last minute, and then now this is like, I think, the longest stretch ever.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, whatever. That's fine.
Christmas year long.
People are converting their trees to Valentine's trees, I've heard.
Really?
Yeah, they're keeping them up and just kind of doing the seasonal things. I mean, we couldn't do that, but I mean, there's people that do that, I heard.
Huh.
So I don't know, so maybe we won't tell Julie that.
No.
But there's a couple other events that are coming up in the community. Okay. The Hangar Bar and Grill.
Yes.
They have comedy next Friday or next week, the 19th. Giggles, Tom McLean. He has his comedy show that he does there. So on January 19th, 8:00.
Now, did that take a retirement for a little bit or a hiatus?
They took a few months off during the holidays. They usually do. I think the last show he had was October. But he traditionally takes a couple months off for the holidays.
And then they start
back up. So they're starting back up in January. And then we have our board installation breakfast we're doing on February 2nd. We're finalizing the details and the location and stuff. So I'll find out later today. And then we'll be announcing that soon. And then we have our business roundtable coming up on January 25th, our first one of the year at the Glen Tavern.
And we'll have a few shows in between, or a couple shows anyways.
Yeah, but just to get
those.
people to get on the radar to if you have a business, you want to come and see what's going on in the community. There's a lot of things happening in the community right now, good and challenging, but we're working on all that stuff. But we definitely want to come out. But if they go to the SantaPaulaChamber.com website, we're loading up all the events. January is already up. We're working on February and March right now. But check that out. Go to our social media page, the Facebook page and Instagram. Those are where all the current stuff is. And your site?
My site is thomagic.org, and you can go to our Facebook page, which is House of Magic.
Yes, there you go. And then we have also the Heritage Valley Tourism Bureau.
We do. That's heritagevalleyca.org.
Yeah, great stuff on there right now.
We are going to be reopening our newest escape on, I think, the 17th of January. And
so it's still under construction.
Yeah. And it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be we have 5 stars on our whodunit room, and I think this is gonna be 6. By the time we're done.
I'm looking for a mixer. Be a great time to show your escape rooms, maybe do a little magic, do something.
That'd be perfect. We need
to
to do that.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do that.
Open. And then if you need to know anything about the city, spcity.org. Anything and everything about the city.
Yeah, if you go to heritagevalleyca.org and you click on the About and you see Santa Paula, Fillmore, and Piru, it has access to all the different websites as well as social media pages.
So there's places for everybody to.
Lots of resources.
You can't say you don't know what's going on.
That's right. There's lots of resources.
We're starting to get heat now, finally.
I know, and the show's over.
I know.
So it has warmed up, though, quite a bit from when we first got into
Not
studio.
just our hot air.
Oh, no, I know. Anyway, that is our show. So thank you for listening, and stay tuned for those video newsletters. We don't have a name for it yet, but we sent you lots of suggestions.
Been thinking about it. So,
yeah. So did you see my reply to your
I like
your
Julie's
text?
suggestions.
I said, it's like all the ones you liked were Julie's and all the others were mine.
Isn't that the case all the time?
Of course.
Got to give her credit.
Yeah. So
whether it's hers or not, we give her credit, right?
She came up with them all anyways, but
Nice.
that's what Julie does.
I know she does that.
You put her on a task and she's like
she's on it.
She's like a pit bull. She grabs onto your throat and never lets go.
While she grabs on yours, we're okay. So,
all right, everybody. Thank you all for listening. That is our show, and there is a rise in COVID cases, so keep yourself safe. And
I'm good. I even though I got a cough, I'm still good.
Yeah, I know. I test periodically because I've been like you. I've been doing the coughing thing, but mine's down to about nighttime now, though.
Mine just started today when I got here.
Yeah,
I was good all day until I got here.
It's me.
Yeah, I know.
It's me. Anyway, stay safe, and don't forget to check out all the local news and everything about what's happening in your community, and support local.
Santa Paula
'cause
Times.
That's
Otherwise-
right, Santa Paula Times. And don't forget to support local because it's your community.
That's right.
So
invest in your community.
yeah, that's right. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.